Do you know that it's actually okay for you to get a message that a loved one is dead, perhaps a family member or a beloved is dead, and for you to be sad about it? It's also normal for your beloved to call you out of the blue and told you that it's over between the two of you and for you to be sad about it. It's normal for you to lose a job that paid you so well and cry about it. But what isn't okay is for you to cry about it like forever. Now when that happens, you move from being sad to being depressed. Yo dog, this is your boy WiseMoney and you're welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to deal with depression. Now, depression is one of the toxic things that are taking the lives of our youth away from us. And the minute the lives of the youth is being taken away from us, what it means is that our future is also being taken away from us, because the youth is our future. Depression means persistent sadness. Persistent sadness. Now what it means is that it is sadness that lingers for a very long time. Sadness that doesn't want to go away. Sadness that is seemingly permanent. Now, it's okay for you to be sad because sadness is part of our human orientations, and anybody who is sad, when you do a thorough research, you're going to realize that sadness has its good aspects, because anybody who has a tendency of being sad has been proven to be compassionate, pathetic, magnanimous, and most of the times people who are sad have also been proven to be very good people. And because they know what sadness feels like, they don't want to inflict it on the other person. So sadness has got its flip side, which is a very good thing. So the problem here is not with you being sad, because when you are sad, most of the time there isn't anything wrong with that. The problem begins when you become sad about one thing for a very long time, when you keep on dwelling on your sadness for weeks and weeks, turning into months, and months turning into quarter of the year, and quarter of the year turning into a full year. Now when that happens, then it becomes a problem. You move from being sad to being depressed. So in order for you to not get to the level of being depressed, what it means is that it may be okay for you to be sad, but you should give a limit to your sadness, and you shouldn't let your sadness cross the boundary of getting into depression. Once you are alive and once you are breathing, you are going to definitely have one or two things that will put you down. We all have things that put us down sometimes. Sometimes it could be a dream we've had, it could be a message we got from a loved one. Sometimes it can be an examination result which didn't turn out the way we expected it to. We can bump into certain scenes as the day unrolls and it puts us down. Sometimes you can get a message from someone, a very important person in your life might tell you that they are facing a particular challenge, and because you can't help, it makes you sad. Sometimes you become sad probably because of your achievements in life which are not up to the task. Most of the times we've all got this one or two things that put us down in life, and what it proves is that we are humans. There are a whole lot of things in this world that can put one down and make one sad, which means that sadness is part of us as humans, because humans are the ones who have been given this particular orientation to feel sad. Sadness does not have the right to aggravate to depression. It depends solely on you and your mindset. In my previous video on how to deal with fear, I spoke about how powerful the human mind is. I spoke about the fact that the human mind is actually your world, and anything you allow into that world is 100% your responsibility. The things you allow into your mind will affect your entire being. It will affect your entire existence. Now, if you've not watched that video yet, go and watch it. A video I made on how to deal with fear. If sadness should have the span of just 30 days, which is 1 month. The minute your sadness passes 1 month, then you should be aware that you are on your way to what we call depression. In Deuteronomy chapter 34 verse 8, the Bible said, "And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab for 30 days. Now I believe that your sadness must linger for approximately 30 days. God gave the children of Israel 30 days to weep for Moses when Moses passed away. The children of Israel wept, and after 30 days, God told them it was okay. So the Bible said that, and the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. What it means is that God was trying to stop the children of Israel from experiencing what we call depression. So he made them end weeping for Moses within a period of 30 days. So we could say from this verse that God knew that if these people continued weeping for Moses, it was going to turn out very bad for them, because they were going to move from sadness to depression. So God stopped it fast before it even started. Now it was within a period of 30 days that the weeping for Moses and the mourning for him were ended. Now I believe that if you are going to be sad about a beloved dying, or by a beloved living your life, or an expectation that didn't come true, you are going to have to do that for 30 days. And while you are at it, you have to balance yourself, and you have to know that this is the number of days you have spent in being sad, because immediately your sadness passes 30 days, what it means is that you are bumping into the stage called depression, because grief comes in stages, and the power lies in your hand to decide where you want your grief to end. The next big question is, what do we do when our sadness has now moved from sadness to depression? What do we do when we couldn't actually hold down our sadness and we are now in the state called depression? Now it could be that someone's depression is as a result of a beloved quitting with the person and leaving the person heartbroken. Now, broken heart is one of the paramount things that is taking away the life of our youth. The rate of suicide is just skyrocketing, and if your depression is as a result of heartbreak, or your depression is as a result of you losing a beloved or a family member or someone special, it could be that your depression is as a result of losing a job or anything. Now, if this is the story, this is what you can do to at least alleviate the pain. Number one, you are going to have to find yourself doing certain things that you didn't used to do before. For example, if you are this one person who is depressed and you didn't used to hit the gym, this is the right time for you to start doing that. This is the time for you to start channeling that energy into something else. And mind you, when you are depressed, you are not interested in doing anything. And this thing I'm telling you might sound very stupid, illogical, it might sound like something you shouldn't do. The minute you find yourself in this state, the first thing you have to start doing is to start occupying your mind with new things. Now, when I say you should start occupying your mind with new things, what I mean is that you should start doing things that you didn't used to have interest in doing them. Interest, just like grief comes in stages, interest also comes gradually, because the person you are crying about, the person who left your life for which reason you are broken, the person who left your life for which reason you are sad, remember, was once a stranger, someone you didn't know from anywhere, someone you bumped into, you took your likings to him or her, and the two of you started a relationship. Probably you have been in a relationship with a person for a very long time, 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, and now the relationship is in shambles. Just the number of years you spent in loving the person, it is the same way you can also do to new things that you don't have interest in doing them right now. It could be that you don't have interest in lifting heavy weight. When you hit the gym and you start lifting some small kilograms, you are going to find yourself developing the interest, because hitting the gym is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, which is going to turn out very well if you are consistent. Now, mind you, we said depression is persistent sadness, so dwelling on sadness for a very long time is what has brought you this far. So if you are going to have to remove it from there, you have to find something to occupy your mind on which you are going to dwell for a very long time. And these things must be positive things, not negative things that will drain you. And hitting the gym is one of the positive things you can ever think of, because when you hit the gym and you start pressuring your muscles, after a period of time, let's say 3 months, 6 months, 1 year of being consistent at the gym, It's going to give you a very nice look. It's going to be a very, very nice shape. You are going to appear masculine. You are going to appear very nice. And if you are a lady, you are going to also engage in those activities that will give you a bulging feature, and you are going to look more attractive. So if you are sad or depressed because of something bad that happened to you, which has left you broken and unattractive, hitting the gym is one of the very good things you can do to yourself. Hitting the gym is not the only thing you can do when you are depressed. The second thing you can do is to pick out that book in the shelf that's been sitting there collecting dust and read it. Find yourself soaked in a book that is meant to develop the mind. Soak yourself in the book that has the title, How You Can Improve Yourself as a Human Being, how you can be strong in your mind than in your feelings, how you can be a better person tomorrow. Pick this kind of genre of books and read them. Soak yourself in a book that is prone to make you a better person after reading in it. Now, these are the things you can do for yourself that nobody else can take away from you. Now, if you soak your feelings in a lady or in a man, tomorrow is coming when that person will tell you they are leaving, and it will leave you broken. It will leave you in pieces. So why don't you develop your personality? Why don't you develop your mind? Why don't you develop yourself so that you can jump the hurdle of putting all your eggs into one person and tomorrow the person leaving you? The third thing you can do is also take a tour. You can take a tour if you don't have the money to go outside of your country or take a tour across the world. Why don't you just step out of your room and take a stroll, meet new friends, go to places where you've never been to before? Because when you find yourself in new places and new environments, your mind gets new things to process. Now, all these things I'm telling you might be things that are flowered on social media that you can get. But all the points I'm trying to make here is that if you spend so many years telling yourself how important someone is, idolizing the person in your mind, it's going to take the same number of years or even more for you to remove the person from your mind and tell yourself that this person that I used to tell myself in my mind is important is no more important because the person has left. Now it is time for you to know that the person who is very important, who is not going to leave, is yourself. So develop yourself, develop your personality, develop your mind by engaging in activities that at the end of the day are going to make you a better person. So these are the things you are supposed to engage yourself in. That is the bottom line. The bottom line is I spent this number of years telling myself this thing I have invested my feeling in is the most important. And today I'm going to have to tell myself again that this same thing isn't important. And how is that going to be? Because when you were telling yourself how important the thing is to you, the whole fiber of your being got itself anchored in the thing. Your feelings, your mind, your energy, your time anchored in the thing. And right now you are going to have to unroot yourself from it. And in doing that, you are going to have to engage in new activities. It's not going to be easy. The journey is long. But if you do this, you are going to make a very solid progress. See you again in my next video. I pray that you are able to handle this smoothly and not put yourself in any form of blunder that you are going to regret tomorrow.